This is something that is actually really cool, folks. As you can see, that Valve, they've actually made a mini PC that can be used on your TV in your living room. Yes, we are finally getting a Steam console. Now with this, there's a lot of stuff that we could look at and be like, is this really going to work? Is this going to be too overpriced? Will people go to Steam instead of Xbox or PlayStation? If this console is priced right, yes. So, Valve's new Steam machine is a SteamOS powered mini PC over 6 times faster than the Steam Deck. But I've had a look around and supposedly it's just a smidgen underpowered by the PS5 Pro. And if that is the case, if they make this $350-400, it could be a good price. If it's anything over $400, they're not going to win, they're not. This is going to be a big mistake for them. But they finally have the software and all the hardware bits to make the original vision a reality. And we got it by there, which when you look at it, you know, it would have been a better idea to call it a Steam Cube or a Valve Cube or something like that, but they haven't. So, built by Valve, powered by SteamOS, the new Steam machine is a compact gaming PC, one trying to make good on a promise Valve made a long time ago. And as you can see, they actually started prototypes in 2013. That's a long time ago, you know? That's 12 years ago. That is the same year that GTA 5 came out. And they said that the company had grand plans of reinventing what constitutes a gaming PC around this new creation, a Linux-based operating system called SteamOS. But in 2018, they pulled the plug. But they do say that they never actually stopped working on SteamOS, which is always a great thing to see. And they plugged away until they landed a successful formula, which was the Steam Deck in 2022. Which, to be honest with you, I've always wanted to get a Steam Deck, but now it's like, if they get in a cube or whatever, I don't know. You know, my mind's a bit like this at the moment, like where do I go? But they do say though that Valve feels ready to take a second punt at the system with more firepower. It does say that the software and the hardware bits to make the original vision a reality, the engineers working on the Steam machine. And people have already got them, you know, some of the people who are testing them and everything else. But this is what we got. So, CPU is an AMD Z4. Cores, 612 threads. 16 gig. Okay, really good. GPU, semi-custom AMD RDNA 3. Computer units is 8. The RAM is 8. Storage is either 512 gig or 2 terabyte. I think the 2 terabyte would probably be the best way to go, just because of the size of games and how they are at this moment in time. But then you've got wireless connectivity for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, DisplayPort, but only HDMI 2.0, which, to be honest with you, when I saw that, I was like, right, okay. You know, I understand that they're probably trying to keep like certain things down in cost, but then obviously you got the front, 2 times USB 3.0 Type A and a micro SD slot, but on the back you got 2 USB Type 2.0 Type A, but they do have Type C, which is cool, and Ethernet as well. But they are saying that it's going to be released sometime in 2026. So with this, the way I'm looking at that now is, if I was Valve, I'd be like, right, okay then, we're going around, we're seeing what we could do. Imagine if people bought the Steam Cube or Steam Machine, whatever they're calling it, and GTA 6 was on it. Is that going to be able to run GTA 6 at a good speed, with good graphics? You know, because when GTA and Red Dead 2 came out on the PC, obviously a year or so after and stuff, they did have a lot of overall improvements than the original console. But at this moment in time, we've seen that the PS5 Pro is capable of so much more. So much more. But seeing that, and I really do hope that this Steam Cube, that's what I'm going to call it now, it is a Steam Cube, it's not a Steam Machine or anything, it is a Steam Cube. And they're saying that older mid-range components and Valve's own success with a budget-friendly Steam Deck, I'm hopeful for a convincing price tag here, yeah. If they can do it under $400, I do think that they're going to get a lot of people buying them, they really are. Obviously, if they price it anything over 400, 450, 500, now you're going into the area of the Xbox and the PlayStation 5 Pro, where people are not going to pay it, especially if they've already got a PS5 Pro or the bigger Xbox. But they do say, though, that they're hoping that this one here, it can be the machine just to plug in and play straight away. Plus, the smaller 512GB option should be a decent amount cheaper than the 2TB model. Yeah, that always will. But right now, you can buy 2TB SSDs and everything else for like $100. They have come down considerably. I remember the first terabyte external hard drive that I bought, it cost me £300 odd, and that was going back, wow, it has to be about 10 years. So everything has come down considerably. But with this though, I am going to keep an eye on it because I do love Steam. I love the games on Steam, you know, at the moment, you know, before it came out on PlayStation and everything else, you could do Phasmophobia, you got Demonologist, you've got the Outlast Trials, which came out on PC first. You've got so many great games that come out on PC and through Steam that doesn't actually see a release on console. One of the biggest ones at the moment as well, for me anyway, is Sons of the Forest. I really do wish that came out on the PlayStation. You know, the first one came out, which was great. But Sons of the Forest is such a good game. And to be honest with you, I think we need more like that. But guys, let us know what you think about this down below, because this is actually quite huge. Having a Steam Cube now where people are going to be able to play on their TVs in their living room, all the great games that are only available on Steam, it's going to be awesome. As usual, folks, my name is Dan. Take care, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.